here. So this is actually looking at a leader LV 5600. I'm looking at PTP, but I've got absolutely no video coming in at all. If I go look at the picture, no signal, nothing's coming in here. If I scoot over here, Riedel, so here's my source I'm going to deal with. And if I click on the source, it tells me, hey, do not drop the source on certain fields over here because they're audio. But down here is a video, so I can actually drop that source there. And guess what? The video just showed up and I now have bandwidth. And I can do the same here for the audio. If I scoot down here, get into my audio receivers and say, hey, audio, I can, for that same service, drop that audio and boom, I now have -20-30 for port 1, my red network, -20-30 for my blue network. And guess what? I now have picture. I now have audio that I didn't have before. So this shows very easily how this turns around and works. And I can turn around and do the same thing. Excuse me for a second. For a PHABRIX QXL here, here's my QX, and I can drop, and boom, you can see as soon as I dropped that, I had video. Now the PHABRIX gives me this beautiful little green light screen here that lets me know that everything was perfectly fine with the video I dropped. And if I drop the audio, do a patch, all of my audio comes up and looks at that. Now, the other thing that these systems give us here, I got to move that switch closer, is the ability within the devices themselves to look at the NMOS. And you can see from my video up here at the top, it was sent to me. It is HTTP, and I get a 200 code. Hopefully, most people are familiar that HTTP 200 codes are everything was good. You would get a 400 code if something was wrong in here. And so it's telling me here's the data that was sent to me for the video. Here's the data that was sent to me for the audio. It was good. And in the bottom window down here is the actual STP file. So here's the source that was sent to me. And down here is that format information we were looking at, giving me the width, the height, the exact frame rate. And on the PHABRIX, if we go into double click on this, I can look at my video STP file, my audios, and my ancillary data if it was there. But there's the video, and it highlights the primary fields it's looking at. So it allows you to see that this data, and you can see the service come in and what my video and audio and all the IP addresses, the data rates are doing and looking at this stuff. So it allows you to see many different things. If you go in and have an SDP file like I have right here, if I turn around and screw one of these fields up to something that doesn't make any sense, like, so got an issue. I got a 400 code, bad request, width 1920, height 180. It's not, and you can see down here in the SDP, the width 1920, 180. So it does tell you exactly what didn't parse and what was the data that came out wrong from the sender. And if you were to put a USB stick in the front of the box, you can turn around and copy this as a text file and send it back to the vendor that created this.